The web offset press is designed to create long runs of high-volume publications from a fast-moving continuous paper web. The press consists of 4 main sections. The webbing up system splices together and loads the reels of paper into the print units. The first 4 print units print the paper with black, cyan, magenta and yellow ink to form a CMYK half-tone image. The 5th print unit can apply an optional spot colour, varnish or fragrance. The wet inks on the rapidly moving web of paper are dried in the heat-set oven. And finally, the printed paper web is cut and folded in the folding unit. This press is designed to run at high speed, continuously and without stopping, creating over 2.4 million pages of print every hour, 24 hours a day. The webbing up system contains 2 reel feeds. As the current reel runs through the press operator prepares a new reel of paper, ready to be loaded onto the second feed unit. The webbing up unit monitors the batch identification number and weight of the reel, and the time remaining before the new reel is required. The reel is unwrapped and checked, and the outer windings are discarded in case any damage in transit causes a web break in the press. The operator prepares a splice on the end of the new reel using double-sided tape. The reel then moves automatically into place and is lifted onto the feed unit and aligned. As the current reel nears its end, the splicer unit begins to rotate the new reel up to speed. And as the existing reel comes to an end, the splicer automatically joins the splice to the paper feed and switches the web feed to the second reel. The web of paper continues to feed into the press at up to 15 meters per second with no interruption. Optical sensors and tensioning rollers keep the paper web precisely aligned and at the proper tension as it enters the press. The web offset press prints both sides of the paper simultaneously, and so each of the 5 print units consists of 2 printing couples, one directly above the other and each with a different plate. The 2 blanket rolls press against each other, offsetting the ink from the plates onto opposite sides of the paper web that's rolling between them. This is called blanket-to-blanket printing. The 4-colour image, and any optional additional colours, builds on the web of paper as it moves at high speed along the print units. The print units are fed with ink from a central reservoir. In a large printing company, this may feed several presses with a continuous supply of ink. Web offset inks differ from sheet offset inks in that they are heat set by rapid evaporation of mineral oil solvents. This happens in the oven unit, where hot air blows across the paper surface, evaporating the solvents in the ink. The paper must remain in the oven for at least 1 second in order for the inks to dry properly. If the press operates at a printing speed of 15 meters per second, the oven needs to be at least 15 meters long. The oven consists of several compartments, each with a different temperature. Usually the first compartment has the highest temperature, with each following compartment set gradually lower. The final temperature of the web as it leaves the oven is over 100 degrees Celsius. The web passes around a series of chill rollers which cool the paper and ink down to around 25 degrees Celsius. This sudden temperature drop stabilizes the ink and makes it tough enough to endure the forces applied during cutting and folding. A silicone water mixture is then applied to both sides of the paper web. This protects the surface of the ink, producing a smoother surface and preventing the ink from smearing on the folder unit. The paper web is many pages wide and must be cut and folded to the correct size for each publication. The folding unit can be formatted to create many different folding and pagination variants, depending on the size and layout of the finished publication. Rotating knives cut the web into different streams, which fold onto each other. The turner bars use a compressed air cushion to prevent damage to the printed image. The folded sheaf containing the different pages is cut to page length as it leaves the press. Books and magazines are generally printed and bound in sets of 8, 16, 32 or more DIN A4 size pages called signatures. These signatures are laid out partially overlapping on a conveyor belt, which transports them away from the press. All calibration adjustments to the printed image have to be made while the web is running at high speed through the press. Automatic camera systems continuously scan the printed image. And closed-loop control systems monitor and control the color register, ink density and print quality as the press is running. The operators check sample signatures at regular intervals during the run and can fine-tune the press if required. A high-speed web press like this creates 2,000 16-page signatures during every minute of operation. Several different signatures, together with laminated or board cover pages, may need to be combined to create all the pages of the finished magazine or brochure.